Feeding through to the peoples. I believe that we are feeding through to the folks out there. Okay, cool. All right, so listen. While we're waiting for confirmation, audio and all that kind of stuff is working good. We're still using a new system, so my apologies humbly, as I usually am. A very humble fellow here. So I know you guys are laughing, but anyway, apologies to anyone. If there's any kind of audio issues, let us know. We'll get that all taken care of. I want to remind everyone to go to hankstrange.com, sign up for our email list. Very important. That's how we keep in touch with you. You keep in touch with us. We let you know all the different things we have going on. Lola's got deals up there. If you want to get your hands on the patches, that's where you will find the patches, at hankstrange.com. Look, check that out. Ooh, awesome patches. Get your hands on those. Go over there, subscribe. If you're looking for the t-shirts and things like that, you want to represent the podcast, or myself, go to Ballistic Inc. and look for the Hank Strange store. We've got lots of cool stuff popping off in there. I am now going to smash the open button. Let's do that. Boom.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation. Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so let's see here. Let me put them in. Let's put the gentleman in. There goes Babyface P. In the place to be. Rocking, what's that shirt? That looks like a Dodge shirt. Yep.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, what's Walter? Walter's got the... Oh, you guys are coordinated or something. Got the
Mopar Garage. Look at
this.
This
is one of the freebies from SEMA.
Oh. Yeah, this is a freebie from
your dad.
Meekum auction.
Oh, Meekum.
Oh, you had to pay for that and get up on stage. That's what.
Yeah. He had to eat some terrible. He had to eat like pickled toes or something like that.
No, this came from the Hellcat experience.
Oh,
where you get to ride the Hellcat.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Okay, let's do the jazz hands. Come on, guys. It's a Monday. Let's get those jazz hands popping. There you go. Jazz hands. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on. This is episode 610 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. It's Free For All Monday. I've got Walter Keller from SHF, Safety Harbor Firearms. There he goes. Boom. Walter, what's up? How's your weekend?
Mini bike-ish.
Mini bike-ish. Yeah, you got a lot of stuff going on over there. Mini bikes. Yeah. When are you going to start working on that Samurai? That Suzuki Samurai's just sitting there.
Did you get that? I sent you an email on a cool looking Samurai.
Yeah, that looked pretty good.
I like those fender flares and everything.
Yeah. Come pick it up and get the work done.
Well, yeah, that's how that works.
When are we, King Osabi?
Yeah, when are we gonna work on it?
When are we working on it?
Bring it to your reservation and work on it. Then bring it back to my hacienda.
Oh, right. Also joining us, Babyface P. There he goes.
Soon to be famous. Soon to be internationally known.
Growing YouTube channel. You posted a video today, right?
I did. The next edition of the Polish Tantal build is up today.
Yeah.
Babyface, JB Weld.
JB Weld.
You're gonna paint that, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's getting. Well, no, we'll probably end up. If you don't mind I'll bring it by and do a video on parking it.
Okay.
So I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. It's that hole is ugly. I'm.
You could just. Like I said, a little bit of body filler and paint it would boom.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. I mean, it's for you,
Hank would know what we were talking about if he watched the video already.
Hey,
I did not watch the video because I was editing all day, but I know you put a video
editing.
I was editing.
I see how you edit.
I can weld that up for you.
So several things.
I started doing that. I pulled out the welder and I started filling that hole in, and I was like, "Oh, I'm running a dangerous game here in that sheet metal."
If there's any oil in there, you've got bad juju on us. So,
so I ended up just saying it's gonna be ugly.
I know what JB Weld is. That's some kind of super glue, right?
Yeah, it's a body. It's not a body filler. It's a adhesive, but you can use it. You can use it to fill stuff like that and just sand it flat and paint it. You never know it's there.
Yeah. I will check that out. I do look at your videos.
Well, it's live. Yeah. Anybody wants to go see it is cool.
What's that?
If anybody wants to go see it, it is currently live.
Yes, you guys need to go check it out. I could probably, let me see. I'll pull it up here. I'll go pull it up here and share it. Walter and I were just talking about how I think you hit 6,000 subscribers, right?
hit 6,000 on like Thursday or Friday. I'm already almost to 6,200, and it's the channel is moving. It's crazy how fast.
And you're welcome, right, Walt? He's welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, look at all those awesome projects you got from me. Come on, man.
I know.
You know.
So right now we're at 6,200.
What else can we do for you, babyface? What can we do for you?
Listen, you could buy me my Rolex, but I don't know that that's gonna happen. I gotta hit 100,000. I told Marley 100. Damn it! I gotta order pizza too before I forget.
Here goes the video, by the way. Here's this video. I'll just roll it in here for a second while we laugh at him. But
so right now,
let me see. I'll skip a little bit in here. What's
1,500. So it says for the last 28 days, I've hit 1,566 subs, 1,500 subs.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
It's like it's crazy how you get a little momentum behind you, and it just starts carrying you.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna take 100% of the credit. That's all I know.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll
give you some of the credit, Walt. I'll give you 20%. I'll give you 20. I'll take it. You know what, Walt? I'll give you 30. I'll take 70.
A regular 30% cut is all I need for the rest of my life. I'm not greedy. Come on. You know what I'm saying there? You know?
Kathleen.
Yeah. Oh, come on now. You know what? Come on.
By the way, listen, smash the thumbs ups up there. Big shout outs and thanks to Walther Arms for supporting us, sponsoring the podcast here, in case I didn't mention that, but you guys should see it down there. Listen, we should be coming out in a better picture. I'm sending this out in true HD nowadays, so I don't know if anyone's noticed the awesomeness of that.
True HD or full HD?
Well, full HD, I guess.
4K?
No, not 4K. No. I'm not doing 4K yet. But since we have a new computer here, I could kick this out a little bit better. Hopefully the image is coming in better, all that stuff. The computer, we're going to christen the computer. What was the name that Walter wants to call his next baby? Chrome Magnium?
Chrome Vandium.
Chrome Vandium. There you go. We're going to christen this one.
You mean you have the Vandium series computer? You got the Vandium series computer?
Yes,
How
absolutely.
How did you do that?
Yeah. Thanks to Safety Harbor Firearms.
It looks better.
It looks better, right?
It does actually look better.
Yeah.
Were you 720 before?
Yeah. So
yeah, it actually there's actually a noticeable difference.
No more 2012 computer. I still have it here. I'm gonna try to figure out how to put it in the background or something, so we can see the videos.
I gotta throw this in the chat for you.
By the way, let's see here. Kathleen Music Lover had a good. Where was her thing that Kathleen Music Lover said?
Yeah, I need a mutant order pizza. Marley's gonna murder me if I don't. Because she's expecting to pick it up on the way home.
Yeah, so Kathleen Music Lover says, babyface messing up guns left and right.
I'm eating
you know.
There you go.
It'll put a hole in a fool.
Yeah, and what is the...
You can show off...
You want me to share this meme?
No. This is part of what we're going to talk about, I'm sure.
Oh,
that shooting, the Austin shooting, this is a picture, a compilation picture that I found on the internet of the Austin guy that got killed.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
Interesting things in this picture. We'll show it off when we get there.
Yes. And Brian Quick, let's see. What is this? Brian Quick says, a local gun shop to me has shelves full of CZ. They even have a commie commemorative version. Wait a second. Is Brian Quick does not like CZs, right? Or he does. There's a group of people that always fight back and forth over CZs in here. I can't keep the side straight, so I don't know whether... and DCG44 says, I've been trying to support Gunstreamer, but until they fix the issue of videos opening in a tiny thumbnail size, I'm out. So, yeah, I don't know what's up with that. You know what's funny? Lola noticed that on our Gunstreamer, there was a whole bunch of other people's videos got pulled in over there. So...
What?
I don't... Yeah. They were like other people. She said there was a video from American Gun Chick and some other people there. She had to like remove them. So I don't know. I think hopefully they get all that worked out. We'll see. If not, there is full 30 for people out there who who are looking for alternatives. Kathleen Music Lover says, Hank, I will take the credit. Or hashtag Hank, I will take the credit. And she also wants to know, she says she missed whatever Walter's eating. So
this is like a pizza made on like gyro. You have a gyro,
mm-hmm.
the gyro bread stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the official name for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's made on top of that. Pretty good.
Oh, okay, very cool, very cool. And let's see, Kermit Loves Bacon says is Babyface playing on his Xbox. So there you go. Is that what you're up to, Babyface? You playing on your little Xbox over there? He can't. I don't know. I don't know if he can hear us, Walter. And CB says his range has dozens of revolvers for sale still. So revolvers are still out there. There you go. Lots of stuff happening in the news. Walter, were you ignoring the news this weekend?
Well, the news has turned into the same thing every day.
Mm-hmm.
There's a protest someplace. You got Portland. You got Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
One group calling another one names.
Right.
You got a bunch of Marxists running around, throwing their fist up and fuck it.
Yeah, it's crazy out there.
I'll scan through it, see if there's any real news like natural disasters or stuff like that. Hurricane. We had a hurricane in Texas, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
It wasn't caused by Trump. Let's see here. What else? But no, I haven't been paying too much attention to the news lately. It's.
I heard that hurricane in Texas took the wall down, but then I also heard it was fake news. Fake news.
That's wishful thinking.
Totally hurricane proof. The most awesome wall. It's totally hurricane proof.
Not gonna do it. No.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Babyface is ordering this pizza. That's what he's up to.
Nobody's picking up the phone, so I guess I'm not eating pizza tonight.
No pizza for you.
Exactly, man.
The pizza place.
I'll try again later.
They're all fired. That's what I'm
Yeah. Armament and Axis says, are we going to talk about George Floyd autopsy, fentanyl, and COVID?
That's old news, actually.
That's old news, yeah.
Nobody wants to hear the fact that the guy had enough fentanyl in him to kill a horse.
Exactly.
And that is fucking fact. But nobody wants to hear any of that shit.
So did he also have COVID? Is that what's going on there?
Yeah, he was recovering from COVID.
Oh, he was? Okay.
He was recovering from COVID-19, and he had 4 times the normal dose of fentanyl in his system.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
all right.
He was doing a Michael Jackson. That's what he was doing.
God,
yeah, that's interesting. Fentanyl, crack is whack.
Fentanyl kills more than anything else.
I don't know. I don't know if that. Listen, all of that stuff is going to get sorted out. All of that will get sorted out in time, in its own way.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, it will. Everything, everything will come to light, except we won't find out what really happened to Epstein or what happened in Vegas. Those are the things we know. We will find out whether or not we actually went to the moon. We'll find out about that at some point. Are there aliens? We'll find out about that. What happened in Vegas? We won't find out. This is.
Oh God, Motorboater's doing a too soon comment.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Way too soon.
Yeah. So listen. Okay, look. It's Monday. Monday belongs to Walter and Babyface. What do you guys want to talk about? There's lots of stuff here.
Dudes shooting themselves over the weekend. Dude getting shot, pulling a gun on a car over the weekend.
Yeah. Where do you want to start? Where do you want
to go with Austin?
Or you guys tell us out there. Where do you all want to start? What do you want to talk about? What's the big news to you? Where do you want to start here? I'm waiting for people to come in. I'm waiting for people to smash those thumbs ups. We only have 20 something thumbs ups. Can what? Give us some love, man. Take the thumbs out the receptacles that you got them in right now that are in your posterior, and yeah, there you go. That should get us negative 10 thumbs ups right there. Let's see. Brian, what is it? Okay, Brian Quick says, I'm a man of taste and discernment. Glock is the most proven and tested pistol in the world. Of course, I would prefer that over communist boat anchors. So he's gone. There you go. You got your statement. And Daniel God is my judge said, so COVID killed Floyd? No, I'm pretty sure that I'm still pretty sure that police officer killed him, but we'll
I'm not going that way, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that'll all get settled out here. So there's lots of people who are on lots of drugs that get into things all the time. So I'm not trying to excuse anything one way or the other. So there's always people. there's always people out there on drugs. So
There's people on drugs. There's people sucking other people's dicks, and they get there's all kinds of stuff going on.
Okay, what is that, Walter? Is that a story I didn't hear about? Where did you get that from?
It's the world, man. You know.
Okay, but I'm saying those. You mentioned something in there where. What story is that from?
There's people that are 230-time felonies. Around there. Come on.
Walt's internet just went out. Yeah, who was the felony? Who was the felony you were talking
about?
Well,
the dude that killed the 3 guys in Florida had 230 felonies.
Yeah, we could talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
and a white guy too. Now we're not talking about the brothers. That's a white guy.
250 felony on his record.
This was
that, free.
Yeah, that was white on white violence.
Well, that was just
Caucasian on Caucasian.
At that point, you need to be removed from the gene pool. Sorry.
Yeah. There is.
I don't understand. I don't understand how that dude's just walking around in public.
No, yeah. He was in Florida. He was out on bail from breaking a guy's arm with a crowbar.
In Florida, dudes. In Florida. Like, Florida used to be known for, for the penal system. I guess not anymore.
We can't keep them in jail. They might get COVID-19. Yeah. Fuck that. I hope they do get COVID-19 and die.
So, wait, was that guy in that case, was he released because of COVID?
I don't. Well, he was on. He was. No,
we
probably
don't know. He should never be released ever again, man. He
should never be seen ever again.
Yeah, warm up the electric chair.
Listen, gators. There are gators out there. Just, they're hungry.
Take them to Hank Strange's gator wall. Throw them in there.
My gator wall?
Yeah, your border gator wall. Zombies and gators and all that stuff. Throw them in there.
Tony Higgins.
They're starving gators in Florida.
Did they follow up as to why he killed those 3?
Over a truck engine or something? He said he believed that they stole the engine out of his truck or something like that.
Some crazy story like that, yeah.
So, yeah. And then after that, the real horrible part of that whole story is, so they did all of this, and then they went to McDonald's and ordered a bunch of...
Are you kidding me?
Fast food, yeah. And just...
That's sociopath material. That's something you don't come back from. That you're not normal again after.
Patrick, he's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
Yes. Seriously. Yeah. We're past the point of him coming back to society.
That's Bundy stuff. You ever heard the stories about Bundy? What he did? Yeah, that's Bundy stuff.
Yeah, that's a person who's completely disconnected from other human beings. Has no. We don't need him in Florida, man. So we should just,
We don't need him in the world.
Don't we have sinkholes? Florida is known for sinkholes, man.
Fill it up. There's plenty of, we just fill them up.
Yeah. So anyway,
2,000 years will turn into oil.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I don't think so, Patrick. But okay, whatever. It takes a little bit longer.
The dinosaurs.
Before you become dinosaur juice, it takes longer.
I remember hearing that as a kid. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's where the dinosaurs made the oil. It's like, then you grow up and you figure those guys were smoking something back then. Come on, dinosaurs and oil.
So listen, do you guys do you want to go from that to the NFAC rally thing in
yeah,
Louisville,
why not?
Kentucky?
Why not? Let's
just jump into that because that was on the news. I posted some stuff about this. I'll throw this up here. So 3 wounded in Louisville. NFAC/BLM rally, negligent discharge, and then there's video here. Yesterday, so this was, what is this from? This is from July 26th. The Not Facking Around Coalition, BLM march and demonstration in Louisville featured a negligent discharge by one of the armed participants. The stray round touched off as the group assembled in a local park before marching in support of justice for Breonna Taylor. According to LMPD, 3 victims were sent to the hospital as a result of a discharge from a member of the NFAC demonstration. All of the members involved are affiliated with NFAC and there are no outstanding suspects, police say. In a statement, LMPD Interim Chief Robert Schroeder said, "This is a tragic situation that could have been much worse. I encourage anyone choosing to exercise their Second Amendment rights to do so responsibly And then they go into this article here goes into the 4 rules of firearm safety. If you don't know, make sure treat every gun like it's always loaded. Never point a gun at anything you aren't willing to destroy. Keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are on your target. Be sure of your target and what's beyond it. And I know it probably seems like, hey, you don't have to say that, but
You don't.
I'm trying to figure out. There's a raw video security camera footage of the shooting. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure out who in this group pulled the trigger.
So here, I don't know how true this is. But I did hear from someone that there was like an older guy there, and he had a shotgun, and somehow he like passed out. Something happened to him. Dropped the shotgun. Shotgun went off, hurt him. And maybe there was like a ricochet or something like that and hurt the other people around him.
Okay, so let's throw this out there for anybody that's not aware. For anybody that's not aware, shotguns are not drop safe. Even modern shotguns typically are not drop safe. Do not keep a round in the chamber on your shotgun. If it's by your bedside, you have to keep it so it's rackable. It's what it's called, duty carry, where they keep it in the gun, where you rack one in. You cannot keep a round chambered in your shotgun, because like that, if you drop it, it will go off. It's not like a rifle.
Yeah. So if that's indeed what happened there, I know. So there's a lot of footage from this event, but I didn't see footage of exactly what happened. So I saw the helicopters above. I guess when this happened, all the guys over there went down on a knee, and then I guess the cops and the paramedics are allowed to come in and deal with that situation.
Why?
So people
Are they the ones? They're not the ones protesting police.
No, they're so this thing was in conjunction with Black Lives Matter, and they were protesting Breonna Taylor, which, you know what, I mean, look, the thing that happened with Breonna Taylor is also not cool. I don't know if anyone's actually helping get that situation going in the right direction, but, I mean, hey, people want to protest and get into things. I guess they can get into it. And I believe in people's Second Amendment rights. As I've said before, though, I've had this discussion here, guys. What do you think I would say? What do you all think? What would old Hank Strange say about
not
this?
Training. He didn't train. I don't know. I really have no idea.
Discipline. Just a little bit of discipline can go a long way, right? Right?
Yeah, they could have stayed home.
Also, showing up. Did you hear their uniform? What they were? The leader of the group told them to wear.
Well, they wear all black, but I don't know if there's any other particular thing.
No, that's the uniform. It had to be like long black pants, black shirt, black jacket, black hat. Showing up in Texas in that kind of heat with all black is not a good idea. Drink water.
Well, that's the same thing that the guys did in Stone Mountain, Georgia. This was Louisville, Kentucky. And,
this one was Louisville. Okay.
Yeah, this was Louisville.
I thought this was the Texas one.
Yeah, and here, I'll show my post. I put up training and discipline, not necessary, just important. Don't make the other side's argument for them. And then I put up a link to the article. This was back when this happened. What was that, Saturday? I believe, Saturday. And there's some people, obviously, like wanting to know what side of the argument am I talking about? Who am I talking to? Like the people who don't like black people having guns. Who exactly am I? Talking to the people who are anti-Second Amendment. In my thing, I'm talking to the people anti-Second Amendment. I'm sure there's people out there who don't want anyone to have guns, don't want white people to have guns, don't want black people to have guns. That doesn't really matter to me. There's a Second Amendment, so you can do your thing. Although I'm sure that at the same time, there's some folks out there that are, maybe just laughing at these guys because of, like you said, it's some black guys out there that are formed a militia. I'm sure there's some people that find that funny. And at the same time, I'm sure there's people in the gun community, just like we've seen in other situations, offering these guys training and all that. I don't know if they want it. I think they want their own kind of training. They're entitled to do their thing. It's just that when you're doing these, to me, when you're doing events like this, and there's people, like it's a public thing, right? And people are coming to that event, you want to make sure that you're not the reason why people get hurt out there.
You put your best foot forward. Yeah, you are not the reason why them. Because right now the media doesn't give a shit about what they have to say. Doesn't give a crap about who they are, what they stand for. All they care about is a bunch of black people out there with wielding guns. One shot, two of them. So
yeah,
do not be that guy. But some people are saying they're not with Black Lives Matter. The leader is an All Lives Matter type. So I don't know.
I don't really know a lot about them. And they have like some kind of affiliation with BLM or whatever. Listen,
somebody is financing those folks for apples.
Yeah.
When they move.
Babyface is laughing at you because your internet is.
Somebody's funding those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody's on your internet downloading porn, Walter. You better go kick them off.
Listen, go ahead, Walt. Say it again. Say it again. You look like you're good now. Somebody financing them, you say.
Yeah, because they appear at one place and then they appear somewhere else. They could be local, but
I think there's different.
Much
ahead.
like the Black Lives Matter folks, they show up in buses by the busload. Someone's financing that. That's not being raised by selling, collecting cans, aluminum cans. And most likely, it's some rich old white guys doing it. So, just remember that when you're all BLM, man. Yo, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's financing it?
Do you remember when Babyface said? So, like, we've been having this discussion now. Seems like for a while, a couple of months. I remember when Babyface said, there's someone out there. This is I'm paraphrasing you, Patrick, so you can. You can put your own words in there, but there's someone out there pulling our strings, pushing us all in different directions, pushing our buttons, whatever you want to call it, getting us to react to things, and we're reacting to it. I believe that's possibly true. At the same time, it just can be a lot of people out there with pent-up aggression, mad at this one thing or the other, and everyone's like just trying to get out there and pick a fight with someone. I know those particular, like the NFAC, you know what that means, right?
Yeah. I know what the words mean, but I have no idea what they stand for. Yeah. Other than they're protesting Breonna Taylor, which knock warrants are stupid. So.
Let me guess. First word is African.
No.
Oh, it's not. Second word's not national?
Not faffing around. Correlation.
Yeah, not effing around. That's what that stands for.
Oh, okay. So that means we're badass. We're coming to
get you. Yes, except we shoot each other.
Yeah, lots of bravado.
We're coming to get you with our 22 AR-15, right?
Yeah. Somebody said that one of the guys had a M&P 1522 that was jammed or something.
Yeah. And that's all good,
That was the Stone Mountain one, I think you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Don't play Joe Badass like you're the and then show up with a 22.
Yeah. Listen, ultimately, the way I see this. I probably don't agree with these guys' politics. I'm not really sure what it is. I don't know if I even care. But they have the right to be armed, be a militia, and go out there, and even they have the right to hurt themselves. Right?
Well, they can kill themselves if they want to. Save us a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
What would happen if 3 or 4 or 5,000 white guys did that?
It was called racist. They did it.
I think that happens.
They did it in Virginia. Remember?
It would be the Klan. It would be this. The white nationalists.
They did it in Virginia, and they were called a bunch of right-wing racists.
I think 3%ers too. There are a bunch of groups, and I don't know if they're all white or white only, but there's a bunch of other groups that are out there. Like 3%ers, etc., going to these rallies or protests or whatever. People on all sides are doing it. DC2 Megaboost says, Hank, maybe you can get one of the NFAC people on the show. I don't know any of them, but
he knows them. Put them in touch.
Yeah, if they want to come on, I'm totally fine with that. They can come on and they can answer these questions because really the rest of us are just trying to figure out what that's all about. So just be careful, people. Be careful. It's not like whatever point you're trying to make is going to get flushed down the toilet if you're just out there hurting yourself. So, and if that dude, so for example, let's say, and I don't know whether or not that's true. I think someone reached out and told me this, but on social media. But let's say it's true that there was an older guy out there with this shotgun and he dropped it. Dude, You know, like Patrick said, one, you don't have to, have one locked and ready to go if you're doing a public thing like this. It's pretty quick to shut that round in if you really need to. Yeah. And then if it's really hot out there, stay hydrated. Don't be fainting or passing out or whatever,
Fainting.
Why don't you just, if you're old and you can't do that, just stay the fuck home.
Yeah.
It'll save us a lot of grief.
Yeah.
Emergency services had to be called for these bozos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
maybe if we.
they were already there, but yes, Walt, you're right. I think one person had to get helicoptered out of there. The other two went in like ambulances or something.
I sure hope those old rich white guys pay for that helicopter ride, because the average helicopter ride costs about $30,000.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I sure hope it was worth it.
Yeah. Rodney Brady says Lots and Loaded on YouTube is one. Are you talking about Locks and Loaded? Maybe Locks and Loaded? I don't know. If so, I do know that guy. But I don't know who is and who isn't, and everyone's entitled to join whatever groups, organizations, whatever they want to do. I mean, but here's the thing. Whatever group, so someone said this to me in one of the comments about this, right? Someone said, hey, you YouTube guys do this all the time, have negligent discharges and stuff like that. Okay.
Never.
First of all, if you're handling guns, things can happen. There could definitely be that. If you are a YouTuber or a police officer or in the military or anything, and you have a negligent discharge and it's out there in the world, people going to talk about you. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't stop that. Then also, if you hurt people, if people get hurt behind that, people are going to extra talk about you. So, it's the responsibility of each person to make sure, one, you don't have that negligent discharge, and two, that you don't hurt anyone. But hey, if you do all that stuff and people talk about you, them's the breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Wah, 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 wah.
We talk about it happens, right? And we talk about
Look, I ain't gonna have a negligent discharge in the park, okay?
That's just probably
walking with a couple thousand people ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I think the gun guys have done stuff and been out there with guns. I don't know. I don't remember hearing about one in Virginia or anything like that. I think, but listen, if it happens, guess who's going to talk about you? Everybody. We're going to talk about you.
Except the press. Oh, that's a There's no
I think the press is
about
all over this one, and I think that they have an agenda, right? It's an anti-gun agenda.
Mm-hmm.
They're all over it, and I guarantee you, I've already seen them saying things like, this is why people shouldn't have guns. And if you want to take it to the black level, right, there's going to be people like, see, this is why the black people don't need guns. We need to take care of them. They're our little pets. We got to make sure we keep those little doggies safe.
It's awfully hard for a leftist reporter to be anti-black and anti-gun. He's got to make a choice, doesn't he? I mean,
I see your point.
He has to make a choice, right? I mean, or can you even be that way?
Right.
If you come out and say you're anti-gun and a black guy shot himself with his own gun, well, maybe we'll just forget this story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, by the way, someone says, why don't you post what I said? Okay. There's lots of people saying stuff here. So, I just posted you saying, why don't you post what I said? Boom.
I got to restore the chat. I was eating. I'm done with my pizza now, so I can focus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's funny. It's just funny that someone's like chastising me for not posting what they said, but I posted what they said. So, congratulations to you.
Do we have
Lots
to call
of
some
folks
people
are
out
in
to
here
make them
saying
happy?
things. Huh?
Call some people out and get their jollies off.
Yeah.
Like you used to do. You don't call people out anymore. It's
I do.
like,
I shout people out all the time. But, if someone, I think the people who are here all the time realize that I'm always trying to get people's comments up there. There's lots of people commenting, which we appreciate, everyone being in here and commenting. But, everyone doesn't get, there's so many people and so many things going up there that everything doesn't get put up there. But, I do try to get things. And, by the way, I don't roll like some people. We don't roll like this where you have to, give us money for throw up what you said.
For a call out, for a shout out.
Yeah, you know. So
for a super chat. Super chat.
So
well, I gave you some money and you got a new computer, so I get call out. Yay, Walter's here.
Whatever, Walter. No, that's
now
true.
Now go away.
Listen,
Stop being so damn combative and get the fuck out of here.
No, you're good. You're good. Listen, everyone's good out there. I want to help everyone. Like, it's Monday. You know, let's try to have fun. We're talking about the things that happen out there in the world. We're trying to have fun. Babyface is still trying to order a pizza. Well, you're gonna have to send him food.
Can I bring up some old news?
Okay. What's your old news?
This is old news. The end of last year. On the show, I had this deck of cards. It's a NASCAR 50th anniversary deck of cards, right? That I was giving away to somebody.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and somebody said they wanted it.
Right. Okay. So you didn't give it to them?
But I never got his contact info. And I found out by looking on his Facebook page that he lived in New Orleans someplace, around New Orleans. And we were in town over the holidays last December. Right. And I was either going to mail it or drop it off, but I never got an address.
Okay.
So, and there was a T-shirt in that too, by the way.
So who is this person?
I'd have to look.
You can't remember?
I'd have to find his profile on the internet, but...
Okay, if you're the person that Walter owes you a NASCAR pack of cards, and what shirt is that, Walt?
It's a large Safety Harbor Firearms shirt.
Oh, okay, cool.
These two were freebies. I wouldn't even get anything for them. You know,
yeah, size large. Okay.
Yeah, now everybody and their brother's gonna want the thing, but
yeah, I don't know who that is. That'd be some, you know, my dudes are big dudes. They're real men. Yeah, my dudes out there are like five XXX.
Well, these NASCAR cards, I'm not a after NASCAR's playing politics.
That's what I was going to say. Who even cares about NASCAR?
I'm freaking done with NASCAR now. They can play BLM all they want and all that good stuff. But this is pre-BLM days, so enjoy.
It's probably a collector's item, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe not. Yeah. Or do you? Okay. You know what, Walt? Listen. If it's how long was it? 6 months.
It was last Christmas time.
Yeah. Last Christmas time. I think it's past the time. Do you want us to just find out who out there is size large and also want some NASCAR cards, playing cards?
Sure.
Do you want to just do that? Let's just do that.
Sure.
Who is size large? And come on, be honest here.
Yeah.
You don't have to lie to us. If you're not size large, you don't have to lie. Who is size large, and also what's the playing cards?
50th anniversary NASCAR playing cards.
Let us know now. You have up until the end of the show.
An original cellophane.
Patrick, why are you shaking your head? We can't hear you. I think your mic is off.
I said nothing.
Oh.
Now everybody's down on NASCAR. Look what NASCAR Look what NASCAR's done to themselves. They play politics.
Baseball, NASCAR, all of them.
Oh, Major League Baseball, I'm done with them too.
Get all of it. All of it's gone.
All of it done. No more sports.
Yeah.
Fuck
nope.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch golf. Okay.
Golf.
And if they start doing that shit on golf, then I'm done with those fuckers too. So.
Well, get ready to be done. Get ready to be done, sir.
Yeah. Well.
Camp David says NASCAR card targets. You can do whatever you want with it. It's your property.
I don't care. You can use them for, throw them. Never mind. I'm going to say it. I was going to say something.
See, look, Imposter says 2XL, baby. Only large and in charge dudes around here. No little skinny minis wearing size large.
Chris Bullis wants it for his wife. Is she going to sleep in it? Only if she's going to sleep in it. No. I'm sorry.
Walter, once the shirt goes out, it's not.
I can't. What happened?
If someone puts it on their puppy, whatever they do.
Hopefully, it's a big dog. You know what I'm saying?
Someone uses it as some Pampers for their little baby. Not you. That's not.
Hey, as long as that baby needs it, I'm good with it.
It's a SHTF baby. The shit has hit the.
The shit hit the shirt, man.
Yeah.
All good. These were riding around. Last year we went to New Orleans. We drove in the car, and I had them all packed up, ready to mail. That envelope stayed in the car for months after the trip. And finally, the envelope came back in the shop, and it's like, and then they're sitting on my wife's desk, and I'm like, oh, those cards. Let me see if I can find somebody that wants these cards.
Yeah.
You know?
Kermit Loves Bacon says the protests are not BLM anymore. Antifa took it over. Yeah. None of these things. At what point here, are people going to get tired of whatever it is that
already are
out
tired
there
of
burning everything down over? So, I mean, we're like, if we really want to do something, can we actually get stuff done instead of burning everything down? Can we get some stuff done? Like, can we actually find out what the hell happened with Breonna Taylor?
George Soros doesn't pay you to get stuff done.
No, he does. He pays for chaos. Chaos is what. That's
right.
his chaos. That's chaos.
Yeah.
That's how Obama worked too. They don't want to bring you together and talk.
No.
They want to separate you and make chaos. That's what it is.
CB says the left says Antifa is a myth. I think I was. Yeah.
I don't even know how you could believe that.
I heard some rumblings about that.
If you're a leftist or you're the left and you're that brain dead, invite them over to your house for dinner. See what happens.
Yeah. I can't remember because there was so many stories coming over the weekend. There was a story about a guy who was encouraging people to burn it all down. And then when they went to like wherever he's at and started
that was
burning
old.
stuff.
That was from a couple months ago.
Okay.
It was a ESPN ex-basketball player, ESPN news broadcaster or something, and he was telling them like, burn it all down, and then they showed up like one neighborhood over, and he's like, oh no, don't come around here.
Oh, not in my neighborhood, neighborhood, brother.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see the NBA folks walking out on the national anthem. You know what? Them fuckers, they play a kid's game and they live like kings. And
they love China.
Oh, they like the China. You go China and talk bad about China. See what happens.
Yeah.
They'll put you in the same camp with the Muslims.
Yeah.
So, shipping all those people.
And that's not a joke. That is not a joke.
Well,
you will wind up in that camp.
You will end up in a labor camp someplace, digging in a mine or working in some shitty factory, and that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Pretty much it.
And you'll die there.
Yeah. If you want to see some slavery, you want to see a place on the face of this planet where slavery is rampant, China.
I was waiting for it.
Just go. If you want to visit, I bet you they'll have tours. Like, oh yeah, Americans, come over here. We'll show you. Oh, but this part of the tour, you're going to participate. Oh no, you're never going to leave. No. This is it. You're permanently in this.
You see that shovel? Pick it up and start digging, bitch.
Right. I carry my revolver in single action says the silent majority is real.
Oh, yes, it is.
And here's for Me Too on Tube. He says, did you hear about the Austin shooting? Okay, so you guys want to go to that?
Next one.
You want to go to this?
So we don't know. The problem here is there's no good video of what happened. So at this point, it's kind of speculation as to exactly who drew on who. But I have my opinions, as I'm sure we all.
Yeah. So if we want to tell this story to Walter that was ignoring the news because he was busy building mini bikes and not working on my Suzuki Samurai, shame on you, Walt. Okay, just don't say anything. Don't say anything here. We're going to explain.
I'm thinking not politically correct.
Do you want to explain it, Patrick? You want to go through the chain of events here as you know it?
As I understand it,
yes.
There was a protest for BLM, Antifa BLM protest, happening in Austin. People were marching down the street. A car came up from behind the crowd. Again, this is from how I understand it. Honked its horn. The crowd surrounded the car and started beating on it. This guy that got killed pulled his AK and fired at the car. The car driver then missed. The car driver then fired back at him, hit him, and drove off. And then basically went down the street and called the police and said, "Hey, I just got shot at by a protester."
Yeah.
So the dude, and then you can show off this picture here that I sent you.
Oh, right.
This is the guy that died.
So here the thing. So I'm going to show that one here in a second. I had one that was here on my phone also that I was going to show. So what Babyface is alluding to is that same guy was in an interview probably minutes before this.
Something like that.
Like, this is whoever put this up here. It says BLM protester with AK-47 says the people who hate us are too big of pussies to do anything about it. He was shot and killed in a confrontation with a motorist. Dems and media have led these people to believe they're invincible. This is the consequence. That's from Matt Walsh on Twitter or something like that, I believe. So basically, right before this guy was on a news thing, you know, saying, like, very braggadocious, lots of bravado getting thrown around. He got his AK-47. I'm going to read something about him here in a second. He was at this protest, so it's a white guy. You know, if that matters to anyone. He was at this protest with his girlfriend, who happens to be, she's a quadruple amputee. Yeah, quadruple amputee, black girl.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's there supporting Black Lives Matter. He's pushing her in a wheelchair, and I don't know whether or not he actually shot at the car or not, but whenever an altercation started, because this car somehow lost whatever happened, the car wound up in the middle of this protest, and people started going after the car. He leaves his girlfriend, who's in a wheelchair, no limbs.
Well, she has limbs, but not the ends of the limbs.
Yeah.
She's a bit stumpy.
Yeah, and he just leaves her and goes off with his AK that he just bought, by the way. He just bought this AK for the purpose of going out here. He goes off, he goes towards that car, whatever happens, shots start ringing out from lots of different directions. He winds up dead.
I have a new sign in my garage that kind of, it kind of speaks to this. Just saying.
Yeah, hold on. I'll have to find it. Like, you got to remind when I remember, I'll try to find that.
On Instagram.
By the way, that
anybody
thing
wants to see it, it's on Instagram.
Yeah, that thing that you put up, that's not a link.
No, it's a picture. I sent you a picture.
Okay, so how do I throw this?
I don't know.
You got to send it to my phone. Send it to my phone. That's it, because I can't.
Just open it under preview and put preview as a screen. You don't have that ability?
Wait, hold on. Open preview. Brain doesn't work. Brain saying open preview. I don't know how to do this.
Just double click on the image. No. It's just an image. Picture. It's just a picture.
No, it's not. I'm double clicking on it. It's not opening. Just send it to my phone, numbnuts.
How do you expect me to do that? It's on Skype.
Oh. You have it on your phone. Send it to my phone.
No, I don't have it on my phone.
Okay, while you're looking for it.
Yeah, I'm going to get right on that. So there's a picture.
There's a
picture of him aiming his AK at the window. You can, it's grainy, but you can clearly see that it's him.
Okay.
With his gun. Like
if you're coming if someone's in a car and they all of a sudden accidentally
are beating on it, and there's a dude with an AK at your window, you're
gonna catch some bullets.
Bottom dollar, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, you're gonna catch some bullets. So listen, let me read this story. I'll throw this up here. I don't know if you can find that, Babyface P. Please do. Walter and myself will very much appreciate it. It's guilt, Walt. That's how that works. You got to guilt him a little bit into it. So let me put this up here. Austin police release man who says he fatally shot protester. So Garrett Foster, 28, died after being shot multiple times. A man who admitted to fatally shooting an armed Black Lives Matter protester in Austin on Saturday night was taken into custody and then released pending further investigation in Texas City's police. The Texas City's police chief said. Chief Brian Manley said detectives assigned to the homicide unit detained the man and interviewed him after he called 911 shortly after the shooting. The man said he had shot someone who approached his vehicle during the demonstration and pointed a weapon at him. The victim of the shooting was Garrett Foster, 28, and he died of multiple gunshot wounds. This is the police chief. He says, "We are heartbroken over the loss of Mr. Foster last night." Manley said in a Zoom news conference Sunday night, posted on Twitter, "It's actively being investigated and ongoing in conjunction with the Travis County District Attorney's Office."
So I just sent you one image. Look at that one first. You can show that off to the crowd.
Yeah, so let me just get this. The chief said the vehicle turned into a crowd of protesters and was honking its horn. Witnesses observed Foster holding an AK-47 type assault rifle and approached the driver's side window as some protesters pounded on the vehicle. After the gunfire, another person with a gun opened fire on the vehicle as it sped away, Manley said. He said that person was detained and released after being interviewed by homicide detectives. The chief said the individual had a concealed carry license, as did the person who shot Foster. Their guns and Foster's weapons were seized as evidence, as well as the vehicle, he said. So, go ahead, Walt. What was that?
Okay, so the person that shot at the fleeing car was released.
Yeah.
No.
I guess in his mind he thought it was self-defense. That's the only thing I could think. But
try that in Florida. That's like shooting a running away person.
Yeah, why are you
do that?
Why are you getting involved?
Yes, exactly. If the person's leaving, you don't shoot at a fleeing car. It doesn't work like that.
That's called negligent discharge.
So anyways, there's your first picture. This is for you.
It's not coming through. I'm just
let's get things straight here. The story, or you make it sound like the guy was released, but he is not. He's been released, but they're still investigating. So,
yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, so it's Texas, right? It's Texas. They detained people and they took the guns. They have the guns. They have the vehicle, and they're investigating it. And so the guy with the AK, he's cold. He's out. He's out of the picture right now. And these other two guys involved in the shooting, they talked to them and then they released them. Whether or not they're gonna, lock people back up again, yeah, we have to wait and see what happens with that. So.
Okay. It's still under investigation.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're probably right now looking for more evidence of what went on. But at the end of the day, you're in your car, you wind up somewhere, maybe you didn't realize this thing was going on, you didn't avoid that, and someone's coming at you with an AK.
I think I'm going to be shooting too. I'm going to be hitting the gas, running people over, and potentially shooting.
What if you what if he parked Nubby right in front of you?
Why that guy? First of all, why was that guy out there looking for trouble, right? He's on the news, so that's one bit of evidence that's going to be out there.
He already dug his own grave because
by putting out there that he was ready for whatever.
Then you're there with your girlfriend. But this is a thing I keep trying to say to people, right? You're there with your girlfriend. She's in a wheelchair. Why are you moving away from her to go get involved in something that doesn't have anything to do with you?
Because he's a badass. That's why.
Well,
First picture sent.
Let me see. You sent me something else here.
Let's see.
You can go ahead and show that off.
This is the thing you keep trying to trick me into.
No, there is something else after this, but that's for you. That's for you.
But this is the same. I'm not going to show it.
You should.
I'm not going to show.
Don't pretend like you ain't getting it. That's for you. Now everybody's got to get into the chat and say, "Hey, what is Hank not showing us?"
Okay, this I'm gonna show. I'm gonna show. Now you finally sent the picture. I'm not showing.
I'll show you what the real one is, though. He's hiding news.
Okay,
from
you want me to show it?
That's it. Yep.
Let's see if we get to. We need to. Let's get some more thumbs up.
You're gonna forget.
Let's get some more thumbs
it's never gonna happen.
If you guys want to see what he was sending me, smash the thumbs ups right now. But other than that, let's show the picture that Patrick was talking about.
When everybody's looking at their phone.
So here he goes.
I'll send it to Walther.
This is the collage that you're showing, right? So you want me to show the one in the bottom, right?
So you can see in the picture the grainy one. I think is at the bottom right, where it shows that he's got a gun shouldered, and it's even at the outside window.
His elbows are up.
He's
being
the aggressor.
He's got the wing up.
Yeah. This guy was out here, and if you look at one of these pictures, shows his girlfriend here in the wheelchair. Like what I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that just people.
You're not protecting yours and your own by doing that.
Yeah. Why are these people out here doing all of this? What is it all about? It's one thing to protest stuff. What's the necessity of being out here acting a badass? and then getting involved in things. So you have the right. He bought a gun in Texas. Hey, you got the right to buy the gun. Congratulations to you. Now you're looking for trouble. Then go ahead, Walt.
You see whose hat he has on?
I actually didn't notice. No,
it's AK Operators Union.
Oh no,
Robsky's hat.
Speaking of, we got to talk about those AK.
Let me go back to this again. Oh yeah. Is that yeah? It's local.
It is.
It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't reflect on Robsky at all.
No, absolutely not. No. Absolutely not. No. You make it. You put it out in the world. What people choose to do with it, that's on them.
Somebody made that bandana. Somebody his shirt he wore. That's.
Yeah.
That looks like a Romanian AK.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Not sure what else to tell you, but. You did it to yourself, my man.
Bad career choices.
We've talked about this, Hank. Mm-hmm. You have said this specifically. When you get into a firefight, you don't know the outcome. It's not a movie. It's not like a movie.
No, right. I don't want to get into that thing.
There is no guarantee you will be the victor. Even if you're legally right, even if you're in the right, no guarantee you're going to be the winner of that firefight. Just who knows?
Yeah.
No.
Man, this dude could have been home with his girlfriend getting the stubby nubby.
He could have been banging her, having a beer.
Yeah.
And enjoying life, But no.
It's a shame.
You gotta go out and play with your Marxist friends.
Lola said, did you hear Lola say, stop it? Lola's policing me. Don't police me, Lola. Defund the Lola police. Lola says it's not funny. But listen,
it's just a sad reality of the world.
But you have options. What are you going out there looking for trouble for?
Exactly.
Even if you're out there like, hey, I'm going to go out here armed to defend myself or whatever, why are you rushing into...
Honestly, the only way this could look bad for the driver is if there's video of him from that morning saying, I'm going to go run some protesters over.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can make that guy look bad.
So
in all reality, he's just having to drive past this and is like, get out of my way, I want to go home.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, so Tango Hunter says, while you're pointing out brands, that was also Primary Arms Prism Scope.
It was a primary.
There you go, man.
Wait, hold on. Now we got to go back to it.
One of the pictures, there's the box from Primary.
By the way, smash those thumbs up. I'll show that picture that Patrick's trying to send me. Oh, yeah. That is. So what kind of AK is it then? Whose AK is it?
Get a good look. Let's see.
It looks like that's not a Wasser because
it's been upgraded. He's got a cheese grater handguard. He's got a
folding stock, triangle
folding stock went to waste. Folder. Yeah.
That is it's a fairly nice gun.
I know that
that is a Primary Arms gun. Not Primary Arms.
Palmetto State.
That is a Palmetto State Armory because I can see the logo right behind the handguard. Zoom in on the picture, you will see the logo.
Okay, I was gonna say that's what they made those triangle folders too.
Yeah,
that's what that is.
It is. Yeah, it is. Let's see here. I'll give you guys another.
Really, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
I don't want to be that guy. It doesn't matter who made it. A gun's a gun. A firearm's a firearm. Anything I make it doesn't matter. It was put in the wrong hands.
It was it was detrimental to this guy because all he had, he was just only armed with bravado. No kind of common sense. Nothing practical. He left his girlfriend that I think his mother said he was the only one. I was reading something. His mother said he was the only person out there taking care of that girl. Idiot.
I don't understand why you would think that's a good idea.
Have priorities.
Priorities to your loved ones.
Yeah, if this woman was important to you, what are you doing? How far do you want to go to virtue signal that you're a white dude out there messing around with a black chick? Congratulations to you. I believe in love. I don't believe there's any color barriers in love, but you went too damn far. Now you're not here.
Hanging out with the Marxists. Yeah.
Now you're not here, dude. You're not here. Well. And like Eddie Murphy said, she's going to be in Jamaica somewhere on the beach, wheeling down the beach, and there'll be a yardie out there swinging the mandingo. And you're who knows where. You're not in the picture anymore. Somebody else is enjoying it. think about these things before you get all crazy and try to pick fights with people that you're not actually ready to pick that fight with, you know? That's my lesson to that. I don't know how many people have, like, actually been in any kind of situation like that before in real life, not video. You know what I think, man? And I'm not knocking video games or movies or anything like that, but people don't know how to separate reality from this stuff. Right? I think this is what's going on. Like, there's people out there in the world that just don't know how to separate. They don't know what happens in the real world with these things.
You know, like if you're sitting at home and you're all comfy and warm and watching TV and you see a protest going on the other side of town and you go to get in it. You go to get in it. Whatever side you're on, you get what you get.
I wouldn't do it.
Why would you do that? It's like I'm gonna go see if I can get hit by a car.
And even if I'm out there, if I'm out there and I'm protesting about something, I'm not gonna like be looking. You know, I think he did that news. Maybe he did that interview, and he just got himself gassed up. You know, and then ran into this situation. Hawaiian Gunner says, "How the hell are you taking care of someone by taking them to a riot?"
Well, how are you taking care of someone when you take yourself to a riot?
Yeah.
No.
Pixamite says, no matter who it was made by, the weapon in the hands of an idiot never ends well.
Yep.
Yeah. And Motorboater says, pretty simple, pointing guns at people has consequences.
Now,
unfortunately, this doesn't come with all the other stuff that people out there are getting wrapped up in. Like, you're looking at the video games, you're looking at the movies, you saw John Wick, and whatever it is. And, you know, it reminds, like, I'm sorry, let me just get this out.
Go ahead.
This reminds me, I remember Eddie Murphy. I hate to bring back Eddie Murphy, but he's like a prophet of comedy, as far as I'm concerned. Right? You know, Eddie Murphy was like, forget it. But anyway, Eddie Murphy said that there's Eddie.
Go ahead.
So Eddie Murphy, he has this thing that he was talking about with, like, everyone going to the Rocky movies. You know, so he said that everyone would go to Rocky and see, like, you know, Rocky beating the crap out of, like, some black guy, you know, like, let's say, who was in the Rocky movies? You had, I think Mr. T was in there, and what was the other guy in there? Mr. T was Clover Lang, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, what's the name of the other guy from Action Jackson? He was in there. Anyway, you know who I'm talking about. He's in The Mandalorian. Yeah. So anyway, he said that people would go see that. So these Italian dudes, like when Eddie Murphy was going to the movies, these Italian dudes would see that and think they're badass. And then they would pick fights with him. And Eddie Murphy's actually a little guy. But what they don't realize, his whole life, he grew up boxing. So they would pick fights with him and he would knock them out. People get into stuff like this. You get amped up. Have you guys ever been to a movie? You get amped up, and when you get back in your car, you think you're flying a spaceship because you just.
No, not really. No,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
but
yes, I mean, you get yourself in trouble.
You see the videos on the internet of this like cocky young guy comes up to this old guy, right? Mm-hmm. And he's getting old, like he's going to box, and the old guy goes pop,
knocks you out,
clean out,
and he goes. Pop! And you just go, yeah.
You got into something you weren't really ready for. Sarxist and DC2 Megaboo say Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers, yeah.
I remember there's a video meme, Patrick, you've probably seen this somewhere, where it's like two kids in school. And there's this skinny kid that's just a bully, and then there's this like bigger kid, but he's just so quiet,
dumps him on his head,
and peaceful. Yeah, and the skinny kid just keeps messing with him. And I was like, yo, if I was there, man, this guy's getting like smacked upside his head. So eventually, this big kid just takes him like a freaking rag doll,
and throws him.
He slams him like a wrestling move over top.
Yeah.
It was never right the same. I never right again.
Yeah.
Something wrong with that boy now.
Yeah. Hey, he's still
This is a situation of what happened to this kid out there. And all the people who got him amped up, ultimately it's on him. It's on him. He's the knucklehead that had this girlfriend who loved him and all of that, was taking care of her, took her to this thing, then had her right there and walked away from her and never came back. That's the person who's responsible. But there's other people here too, leading people down this path. So, it's crazy.
All right, now, what other kind of upbringing news do we have today?
Uplifting? Oh, we're not done.
Uplifting.
I'm not done.
Uplifting. See, that's why I'm so tired of watching this crap on the news, because it's the same shit over and over and over. And that's purposeful. They want you to see this crap over and over and over. I don't want to see it. I don't care. To be honest with you, I don't care. It's a typical election year. If it's not riots, it's, it was Russia. Okay, remember Russia? Remember that whole thing? Which are, this is all cover for that too, by the way. As soon as the election's over, what's it going to be? It's going to be Russia again. You want to bet? You want to bet? You want to bet?
It's going to be probably something along those lines. I'm pretty sure we're going to hear about that before the election concludes.
Hopefully they have some indictments.
I guarantee you. Yeah, we're going to probably hear about that before that.
But anyways, I'm just tired of hearing this crap. You gotta get away from it for a while and just go do things. Don't watch. I've been working on my stuff, working at the shop. Fuck all this.
Yeah, I had to take a half day last Thursday. I woke up, got half my work done, and decided I just don't feel that well. I'm gonna take a half day. I took the day off as like a half sick day, and I went outside. I went and mowed the lawn. I went and worked on guns. Like I was like, I just want to get away from the computer.
Yeah,
I
just need to get away from my computer.
True. I agree with that.
Yeah, no, stop.
Or
this
get
stuff
some
stresses
sleep.
You out, stop watching the news.
How about this? Get some sleep.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, I try to do that every night.
But you understand what I'm saying, Walt? I think some people are just too amped up, and they're not really. Well, let your brain reset and rest. And...
In reality, the average person, there's nothing you're gonna do to change anything going on. So why get all bent up about it? Why get all crazy about it?
And if you do get your mind all twisted about it, you can bring these things on yourself, and bring it into your world.
Don't.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the protest, see what's going on, and next thing you know, you get run over by a truck. Okay, well, you could have stayed home and watched on TV, and watched somebody else.
By the way, Hawaiian Gunner says here's who Rocky went up against: Mr. T, Ivan Drago, Dolph Lundgren, and Carl Weathers. Which one of those people do you think Sylvester Stallone actually had a chance of beating in real life?
None of them.
No.
Because he's not that big.
No. And what's his name? Dolph Lundgren. He's big.
He's a big man.
6'5" or something.
He'd be picking up Stallone and body slamming his ass.
Yeah, I've met Dolph Lundgren in real life, man. That dude was big. He's also a nice guy. Which is,
And he's an engineer.
Because you don't have to be mean when you're that big.
Yeah.
Who's going to screw with you?
Yeah, he's very intelligent, too. Really smart guy, yeah.
There was one of those, Dad always had the story of one of the guys he worked with at the fire department. Big black guy. And when I say big, he was like 6'7" and meaty. Big man.
Yeah. Are you saying Green Mile? Green Mile big?
Yes, absolutely big. And they would, whenever they had to break into a burning building or whatever, they would just be like, the little guys have to go up with the axe and try to chop it down. He could literally just go and foot plant the door and kick it in. But he said that he worked as a bouncer and nobody ever messed with him. And it's you don't wonder why. Why would you ever want to mess with that guy? But he was one of those that was the nicest person ever. And it's
most big dudes are nice. We want them to be nice, even-tempered people.
Yeah, nobody gets in your way. So
until someone baits the bear,
Oh God!
Don't bait the freaking bear, dude.
I just saw a picture of, it was Andre the Giant, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain.
Yeah.
Standing three, and Stallone was in the middle, and he looked like a little kid compared to those two guys, height wise,
Sylvester Stallone is what, 5'5" or something.
It's not a tall.
5'5", something like
not
that.
A real, yeah.
By the way, speaking of short dudes, let me just say this real quick here. Regis Philbin died.
Yeah, I heard that.
Did he really?
My entire life I was a fan of Regis Philbin. I even went to Connecticut to see him perform and stuff like that with Lola. You know, I grew up in New York. Regis was on TV in New York. That was like a cool dude to me personally. So that's, you know, R.I.P. Regis Philbin. He's singing pennies from heaven in heaven right now. So, I bet you never thought I was a fan of Regis Philbin.
Would not have pegged you as that type.
Yeah, I went to was it Foxwoods, Lola? Yeah, we went to Foxwoods in Connecticut to see him perform.
He did like a comedy thing or something?
Yeah, he did a show. Kathy Griffin was there, other people.
Oh, yeah.
They would sing and tell jokes and stuff like that, you know.
Back before she was nuts?
Yeah. Huh?
Or back before she was openly nuts?
Yeah, Regis, Kathy, whatever. But Regis was cool. He was a cool dude. I like Regis. Yeah, you know, he was 88, man. So when that dude was born, like when I was born, that dude was already 40. That's, you know.
It's crazy to think.
Yeah. So.
I had a great aunt that was born. She died in the late 90s, but she was born in 1907.
Wow.
And it was crazy to think that at her age, she literally lived through like the coolest parts of history. Modernization.
Flight, the telephone, electricity.
Yeah.
It's like every
different world, like getting on a spaceship and going to
every 10
planet.
years you were getting something world changing. Super cool.
Clean water, the nuke, Nazis, World War I.
Oh man.
You know, come on.
Yeah, so
it's
pretty
horrible
cool
stuff. Yeah. It's interesting. Like I think I've said this before, but if you look at there's on YouTube, there's this video of like New York City in 1911. The year 1911, New York City.
It's got to be crazy.
Blow your mind.
Everybody's wearing suits and hats.
Yeah. Even
little women are,
little broke kids wearing hats.
Women are wearing dresses and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's very few cars. Everything mostly horse drawn.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. The rich people had like a driver, so like the cars that they did have were weird because the driver was out in the open.
That's
like carriages.
That's when they still had on the road was a mix of carriages and cars
and trolleys.
And trolleys, like that's crazy.
Yeah. And they had film because someone filmed that.
Yeah, that was probably the beginning of like filming. Motion picture.
Yeah. Just think about it.
Still cool.
Yeah. It's interesting to think like, dude, 1911, what was that, 109 years ago?
Just think, 1911.
Good quality pistols.
It's still around.
John Moses Browning.
Still functional.
Still around.
Pixamite, let me not forget this, Walt, this is for you. Pixamite says Walt knows he's flown his imaginary spaceship before. Admit it. You've flown it, Walt. Come on, you could tell us. We won't tell anyone.
Imaginary spaceship. I don't know. I've designed a couple of them, but I don't know if I've done it.
Yeah, Kathleen Music Lover says interurban trolleys were common.
Yeah. Well, people, the movie Roger Rabbit, you know, when they shut down the trolleys in the tire company, that's very much factual. It's not that's who plotted all this stuff is people Goodyear and Firestone and all these companies that would make the tires for cars.
So thinking on her lifespan specifically, I think she probably had that generation and her age group had the most interesting lives. But people before her from the say you're born in 1880, 1870, you got to see a lot, but she died before really modern times. People after her, you didn't get to see the true innovation of airplanes, cars, space flight. So that was like the most interesting times.
I mean, even if you live through things like the train, being able to travel across the country on the train in a couple of days versus a month or two to do it in the wagon. Even the telegraph and just some of the things that they had then, the Industrial Revolution. You know,
radios, a radio.
Yep, was a big
Like,
thing.
we don't think that's a big deal, but radio, wireless, like you can get the news
over the air.
Yeah, I mean that's an amazing thing. It is amazing. Like this, like what have we seen that's so amazing in our lifetimes? Like phones, smartphones, maybe. We've seen that.
Well, the computers in general. I mean,
that's really it. Computer technologies. I feel like very.
There's no flying cars.
We went to the moon.
Too young to explore space. Too old to explore Earth. That's kind of the sad truth about us.
I was looking at I did a Terminator movies marathon. I didn't look at the last Terminator movie, but I had all the other Terminator movies. I was looking at that. So the original Terminator movie, the future that the guy came back from, to like 1984, that future time was 2029. That future time was 2020. They're like, by 2029, this is all over, right? Maybe. I mean, we're in 2020. Maybe we're close to it. I don't know. But even in the further movies, they were like in 2018, and that was already.
Is he really?
Yeah. So if you look at old movies that talked about, in the future, this would. If you look at Escape from New York, or Escape from LA, even, which is not as old, but Escape from New York. When was Escape from New York's time? I think that was 2000 something.
It seems like something like that.
Back to the Future. When he went to the future, wasn't he in 2020 or something like that? 2019, one of those. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What? Okay, we're already there, dude. Where is it?
Yeah.
Where's the hoverboards?
I know that's the sad thing is, I want all that, but.
We're not supposed to have no oil anymore either, by the way.
It's true. And the hole in the ozone was supposed to get swallowed.
If you looked at Inconvenient
we were supposed
Truth.
to all die. Between that and Twisted Sister, we were all supposed to be dead already. So,
If you looked at Inconvenient Truth, we're supposed to be done, man. Florida is supposed to be underwater. All of Florida. All of the West Coast.
Gone.
Yeah, finished. Guess who lives out on the West Coast in the same area that he said would be flooded? Al Gore.
Absolutely. He lives on the. Yep.
Yeah, well, bless his heart, bless his soul, bless his everything.
Yeah.
Growing up as a kid, I remember you'd read like the popular science. Oil's running out. We're all gonna die. 1980s, it'll be all over. There'll be no more oil. The 1990s, no more oil. Then we're going to have nuclear winter. Oh, that didn't happen. We're going to have all these. We're still
doom
here.
And gloom cells. That's the only thing you can say is doom and gloom cells.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much the point of everything that's going on here. Okay, so let's see here, Walt. Babyface obviously got some food. So, good for you. Good for you.
Jimmy Weber says everyone was kung fu fighting.
He's showing off his sandwich. Patrick's
I call this a spicy crunchy boy. It's from McAllister's. If you go to McAllister's, they have the jalapeno turkey crunch, and they put jalapeno chips in the sandwich.
Oh yeah, that's probably pretty.
So good.
Okay, you're still on that health kick, I take it at this point. No. Okay, so listen. You have the right as an American to have jalapeno.
To eat well.
Yeah. All Thumb says, my grandfather died when he was 99 and would tell me crazy stories about growing up back in the early 1900s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, back early 1900s, out in the country, there was no electricity.
Mm-hmm.
That's the rise of the big city.
Right. I mean, there was no highways. There was all small roads. No interstate. The interstate didn't come around until the 50s after World War II, because of the German influence, by the way. Mm-hmm. What Eisenhower saw over there.
Yeah. So the Germans developed like these big, massive highways first, right? Like the Autobahn and stuff like that.
Yeah, the Autobahn. Yeah. Actual.
Yeah.
Yep. And and Eisenhower was impressed with that. Unfortunately, Eisenhower was.
So are you saying like all highways should be demolished? We should pull down all the highways.
Why?
Because they're racist. Highways are racist.
Well, he was a segregationist. He didn't want to segregate the army. That's what Eisenhower.
No. I'm not talking about Eisenhower. I'm saying if the Germans came up with the.
Well, then,
The Germans
if
came up with the
that's the
highways.
case, then we need to destroy all the jet aircraft.
Yeah, I know. The point is, which, you know, I mean, I think we can all agree on this here. The point is look, Nazis, horrible.
All those performers, all those black performers that had their music recorded on magnetic tape, all needs to be destroyed.
Yeah, the Nazis.
That's it's a German invention, by the way.
Yeah, the Nazis were definitely terrible, and you know. And thankfully, you know, America was able to put an end to that. Otherwise, everyone will be, this will be a completely different planet.
So were the Japanese.
Yes, they were also terrible. Lots of terrible people in there. Italians did some terrible things in Africa, for example. People don't, you know, necessarily.
I'm doing my best Mussolini.
I was gonna say, have you seen pictures? Have you actually looked at pictures of Mussolini? That guy clearly was nuts.
When he was talking, like,
oh, he looked crazy.
Well, that's that whole bravado. That's that whole machismo, you know. It's like, I'm Joe Badass, you know.
Let me throw this up there while we're talking about this, because I don't know if you guys heard about this or not. Did you hear about the couple in Walmart with the swastika masks on? Yeah. No. Here, let's throw this up here. So this couple.
I did hear about Disney banning certain. You can't only wear.
So here's this couple, husband and wife. They're in Walmart. They had to wear the masks. The wife's looks like some kind of I Dream of Jeannie thing, but they're up in Walmart. They just have the Nazi swastika masks on, so they got banned from Walmart for life, I guess. Off of that.
All right.
But,
well,
I mean, this is what you're trying to make people wear masks. I'm not agreeing with the swastika or anything like that. Although, like I just said, I think we need to remember things that happened in history. That's what's going to make us better. There's, you know, the Nazis were terrible. Good things came out of it, though. We got to move on from that.
Yeah. What do you? If you're going to do that, then you have to say all your masks need to be plain solid color.
Well, that's at some point here they're going to have to get into that, right?
And then it gets once again, here we go, political correctness. You're offending me, and it's like, come on, stop.
Just a bunch of the big companies came out over the weekend saying that they will not be enforcing mask policies.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
They need to
Walmart,
start.
Home Depot, Lowe's, a bunch of them came out saying, listen, we're not going to enforce it. You choose to wear it or don't.
Yeah.
Because they've had people fighting, they've had people they had.
But this is you invite this. You invite this kind of craziness. Yes. Like, what are you going to do? President Funny Valentine says they wore masks to poke fun at the policy. They only got banned for a year. How's Walmart even going to know if they come back in there with the masks on? Everyone's wearing masks. How you going to know?
I know.
How you going to know?
Hey,
who's
you
up
look
in
like
there?
that guy. Oh wait, never mind. Sorry.
You know. We started this stupid nonsense. We started this, and it doesn't freaking mean anything.
Nope.
It doesn't mean anything. It's an exercise in futility. And now you're mad at people for doing craziness? You open the door to crazy.
When you poke people, you're going to get a response.
Yeah.
You know, they've been getting poked for a while now, and
yeah. Sarksvist, I don't know how you pronounce this, Patrick, but anyway, I'm going to say Sarksvist, says their employees were being assaulted. Gorillas and Guns says apparently their employees were getting threatened.
Yep. Yeah.
You know.
So they just backed up and said, screw it, we're not going to enforce it.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's not doing anything.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, the bottom line, it ain't doing it. It's feel-good crap.
Flying Rich says banned from Walmart. Laugh out loud.
I know.
And you know, Flying Rich, when we were talking about inventions, and he brought up breast augmentation, and I'll give him a credit for that. That is a proper set of Dow Cornings. Mm-hmm. You know, come on.
When did Rich bring this up? Hold on.
When we were talking about innovation and inventions.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Augmented mammary glands, you know?
Yeah.
Back to the mask thing, talking about how useless they are. I didn't want to get off.
You're going from something very useful, Patrick, to something very useless. But go ahead, that's fine.
Dad has the mask that he's been wearing to go shopping. It's an N95 mask, so it's a proper respirator. Mm-hmm. And he got a big blue beard. It's about that long. and he glued the blue beard to it, and it sticks out like that. He was at Walmart the other day, and some woman started berating him because she's like, "You're just not taking it seriously."
No,
it's like, no, I'm not. Of course not.
Why?
But I believe it was really funny. I believe he told her off because that's how he is. And she walked away, went to a different line, and then the guy behind him in line, the checkout line, was like, "You know, you really didn't have to do that." And he was like, "Fuck you too," or something like that.
What are you sticking your nose?
Yeah, and the guy. That guy went to a different line as well.
Why do people have to
stick their nose in other people's businesses?
You want someone to wear the mask. They're wearing the mask. Now you're trying to take away their individuality by having fun.
Exactly.
People are going to be having these masks on with dildos hanging out of them. There's going to be crazy shit happening.
That's how people get in fights, though. You're sticking your nose where it don't belong. You know. Yeah. Why you got to comment on it? If you don't like it, okay, I get it. And I say things every once in a while, but I don't say it to piss people off. You know, I make my statement, and I'm not saying about you. I'm not pointing at you. You know, we're doing that stuff. I mean, stay the fuck out of that.
Walmart all of a sudden becoming the fashion police. Just think about this for a second. Walmart. First of all, we all live in Florida, so we know about what people in any other state. You think you know about Walmart because you live in your state? You don't live in Florida, son.
There are Arkansas and Tennessee and South Carolina and Georgia.
Florida Walmarts cannot be beaten.
They're a special place.
Yeah, this is and so Walmart, of all things, now they're gonna start harassing you for what you're wearing the mask. Damn it! Now they're gonna get. So what about all the other crazy that goes on in Walmart on a daily basis?
Butt cracks hanging out and all that stuff. You know, no.
I think he said there was some other woman that, before the masks were mandatory, got onto him about he wasn't wearing a mask, or he might have even been wearing a mask, but got onto him about walking the wrong direction in the aisle.
Oh, I hate that fucking crap. That is so fucking insane.
She tried to say something to him, and again, my dad has a very short fuse when he doesn't suffer. Let's say he doesn't suffer fools well. Let's say that.
This is where the babyface P ignorance, when it kicks in.
You see where it comes from.
It comes from that side.
You've never met. I don't know if you ever met my dad. You would you would understand. No. But yeah, so he told her off, and I think what he told me is she turned around and scurried out of the line, the aisle they were in, got to the very corner of the aisle, and then turned around and said, "You're an asshole," and scurried off real fast. Wasn't willing to stand there and say anything, but as she ran away, she could say it.
Yeah.
Flying Rich gave you $2.
Yeah. Okay. So Flying Rich gave us a couple of bucks here. Thank you. We appreciate it, Rich. He says, "Can we start a rumor that masks kill sea turtles?"
I mean, people throw them away, right? They're floating out in the ocean.
I've seen gloves and masks on the ground. You know,
but guess what? People are wearing these masks and reuse the disposable ones. They keep wearing them, or even the ones that are supposed to be washed. People are not washing them, and they're getting Legionnaire's disease, all kinds of crap.
The people that go to the store in their gloves and their mask touch everything, touch their mask, touch their stuff, punch in their code, touch their card, and then drive around the city with that same gloves and mask, touching all their car and stuff.
Yeah. Come on.
Do you not understand? You don't understand how cross-contamination works.
No. By the way, listen, I think we can get to 100 thumbs ups. You guys can smash the thumbs ups right now. We need less than 50 and we'll get 100. So, come on. Help a brother
another
out.
Walmart story. There was a woman at the register the other day with a mask on, checking somebody out, and there was 2 people ahead. Mm-hmm. She goes and pulls her mask off, and then open air sneezes twice down next to her. I'm serious. I'm absolutely serious. Sneezes open air down next to her, and then puts her mask back on and goes to touching all this stuff.
And nobody understands. That's why you have the fucking mask on.
That's the point of the mask. Oh, no, it's so stupid. The whole thing is stupid.
Insanity. Insanity.
Yeah, but when does this... Well, after the election.
After the election. You know the answer.
If you were we were talking about the past. If you were just in 1999 and you got in a time machine and came forward to the future, to the year 2020, you would have said, "Oh, the zombie apocalypse, everything happened. Dudes, everyone's walking around with crazy masks on, not doing anything. People still getting sick. You know, this is the craziness that we're living in right now. You know, dudes leaving their quadriplegic girlfriends in the wheelchair to go get into skirmishes with other dudes.
In the history of drumming up crazy political things, do you feel like the right ever does as big as the left?
Nope.
I kind of feel the same. I'm not sure. Think of the left as global warming, hole in the ozone layer.
Yeah.
We're all going to be underwater in 5 years. The oil's running out.
Yeah.
Your hairspray is going to destroy the atmosphere.
The right has to get their
Freon.
tactics up.
And
The
then
right has
they-
to get the tactics up.
Have you
Serious.
ever heard the story about Freon? That was the biggest. It was all driven by corporations wanting to make more money. That's why.
Yeah, because the newer stuff way more expensive.
More expensive, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the right has to get their stuff up, like Rich is saying.
We
start
complain
some
about
rumors.
on the right side of things. We complain about men wanting to piss in women's bathrooms. I'm pretty all right with that being blown out of proportion.
Everything I believe. This is one thing. I think if we're talking about right left here, the right has to use some of these same tactics. Start calling everything racist. That's how you do it. These masks are racist. I'm just telling you.
They're criminal.
Yeah.
Because who wears a mask? A criminal wears a mask.
Yeah, it's slavery.
Slavery. I'm not going into slavery.
Listen, let's go to this because this is kind of in the. I don't want to forget about this, so I have to. I got to talk about this particular story. Where is it now?
Cow farts also. Don't forget about the cow farts.
Cow farts, right? Cow farts, right?
Burger King.
Yeah, let's not forget the cow farts.
Burger King.
Actually, let me do this. Let's do this Megan Thee Stallion thing, and then I'll go to this article that went up on Ammoland that we did recently. So check this out. Megan Thee Stallion. Who knows Megan Thee Stallion? I know the name doesn't make sense. That's gonna take I didn't know stallions. I didn't realize stallions had mammaries, but I guess that's
I didn't. Most stallions have a big schwanz too.
Yeah. So here's the thing. If you didn't know this, Megan Thee Stallion sobbing over gunshot injury. No mention of Tory Lanez. So this is TMZ threw this up there. If you guys want to look at it.
Talk about trash.
Megan Thee Stallion is ready to talk about her injuries after the shooting. She says she endured, but she's still fighting back tears and notably not spilling names. So in other words, there's no snitches. No snitching. Meg talked Monday about suffering injuries to both of her feet. She says she had to get surgery to get the bullets out. And luckily, no bones or tendons were hit. The rapper broke down crying a few different times during the stream, saying she wasn't ready to speak until now, adding it was a serious situation she didn't take lightly. And her fans, not to mention her family, helped her get through amid tons of attention. Interestingly enough, Megan did not speak about Tory, who allegedly shot her as she exited the SUV they were riding in together early on July 12th. He was charged with possession of a firearm, but nothing more. Everyone's been pretty mum on who did what to whom, etc. That whole thing's been going on. Walter, I know you are very closely following all the things that happen to the rappers.
I have a question, teacher.
Yeah. Yes.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Okay. They removed 2 bullets.
Yeah, so he shot her apparently in both her...
What, you shoot her with a BB gun?
I was wondering that.
I mean, come on, the fuck? I mean, a 9mm will go clean through your foot. A 22 probably go clean through your foot.
Yeah.
I think this is a self-inflicted gunshot wound myself.
It's, you know what? That's a thought. That's a thought. That could be true.
But it must have been a pellet gun or something. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, she got club feet like Sasquatch or something? What is
yeah. So Len Holt says pillows. Wow, you know what he's talking about. President Funny Valentine says sounds like BS. All Thumb says no clue who she is. Boss Hog says I'm from Houston. Of course I know who Meg Thee Stallion is. So once again, I have to bring up Eddie Murphy because he is a prophet. Okay.
Pray Eddie Murphy, baby. Pray Eddie Murphy. Yes,
yeah. What was that movie? Was it Harlem Nights? I think it was Harlem Nights. Did anyone here see Harlem Nights, Walter?
Yeah.
No, it has Red Fox in it. I think it's Harlem Nights.
Oh, I should watch that because Red Fox is funny as hell.
Yeah. Oh, it was one of the last movies Red Fox ever made. Here, I'll pull this up on IMDb. But so this is a classic movie, Harlem Nights. You guys, if you haven't seen it, you should go see it. Very funny. And obviously, Predicting the Future came out in 1989. Here, I'll throw this up here for IMDb. Harlem Nights, 1989. I'll tell you who's in it. Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Red Fox, Danny Aiello. You all recognize Danny Aiello. Della Reese is in it. So here's the thing. Della Reese. So in the movie, a young Eddie Murphy gets into a fight with Della Reese. Okay? And she wants to fight with him. She takes off her shoes and everything. She's going to fight with him. You know what he does? He shoots her in her pinky toe. That's the famous... Oh, look at it. Brian Quick already says it. Della Reese got shot in the pinky toe. So this is exactly what happened to Megan the Fox because... No, not Megan
Megan the Fox?
No, Megan the
Fox,
Stallion.
Bring her on. Where's Megan Fox? Now you got my attention. Yeah.
Freudian slip.
Now you got my attention.
So check it out. This is exactly what happened to Megan the Stallion. She got shot in both pinky toes.
All right. Now, and it didn't take her toe off?
No, she got shot in the feet. So apparently this actually happened.
Toe, you really mean the pinky toe, the little toe, right?
Yeah.
The little toe.
Yeah.
The little toe. Now,
yeah.
Like I said, that big, take it right off.
Yeah. All Thumb says great movie. Boss Hog says you shoot me in the pinky toe. This is exactly what she said. You shot me in my pinky toe.
Dear.
Yeah, in the movie, Eddie Murphy's name was Quick. Everyone gets this. This is a funny movie. You never saw this, Walt? You got to see it. We got to have movie night, and you have to look at this. Patrick, you never saw this either?
No.
Yeah. See, I understand. You're from a different generation. You guys didn't get a proper movie education. So, you didn't see it. But this is basically what happened to her. And I think, once again, people out of their depth, man. That's what's happening here. If that really happened, if you let someone shoot you twice in the foot, in both feet, not one foot, both feet.
I think it's some kind of sexual thing myself.
Well, I don't know. Could be possible.
But once again, how did the bullet stay in the foot?
No, here's what happened. The cops were called. She initially said that she stepped on a broken champagne glass or something like that.
And it put a bullet through my foot.
But they took her to the emergency room. She had bullets removed from her foot. That's a matter of record. So yeah. So she got shot by this guy. They arrested the guy, but then they released him. He hasn't been charged. Gun violence, though, is all because of us legal gun owner dudes. That's who's doing all the nonsense out there.
I don't know. This is still stupid. Why are we talking?
It could just be a publicity stunt, like Walter was saying.
Randy gave you some money, man.
Yeah, he says. Let's see. He gave us $5 here. He says, "Adventures of Pluto Nash is the best Eddie Murphy movie ever."
I heard that's the worst one he ever made.
Yeah, exactly. Someone has to call the emergency room for Shooting Gallery NE. He's in serious need of a CAT scan. Something's happened to his brain, and it's not functioning properly. Because Pluto Nash is one of the worst movies
ever.
Yeah.
Not just Eddie Murphy movie, ever.
It has Kevin Hart in it, but it's not funny. Okay, Kevin Hart is in there, but it's still not funny. So
Marky Mark 526 said she had horseshoes on, Walter.
That is
she is a
so
stallion,
stupid.
right? She
It's
is a
funny.
stallion, right? Stallion?
Okay.
Stallion?
That's funny. Okay. That is so dumb that it is funny. Congratulations to you, Marky Mark. Yeah. Listen, I think, once again, I think there's lots of people. One of the things I noticed in hip hop, like, there's a lot of people faking it, I think, Walt, like you're saying. I think there's a lot of fake stuff going on. A lot of people who are supposed to be gangster, but they're not really gangster. There's a lot. Like, how do you let someone shoot you twice in the foot in close quarters? Yeah. So, definitely, listen, if for people out there, Megan Thee Stallion, if you would like some instructions and some education on the Second Amendment and firearms, etc. I
I'd
guarantee
probably shoot your
you,
foot.
Walter will do it for free. I volunteer Walter. You'll do it, Walter.
I gotta know the real name, not this stallion joke.
You want to know the real? I don't know. Okay, someone has to look it up. You want me to look it up?
I'm good. I'm really good. Don't waste your time.
Yeah. You don't need to know the real name, Walt. You don't need to know the real name. Just enjoy the videos.
I've never seen one, so
you've seen it. I've shown it to you before.
Oh well.
You just don't remember.
I don't. Now I'm thinking about Megan Fox. Forget about.
Okay. You're over that.
Chick.
Yeah, you're over that. Okay. All right.
I'm talking about Megan Fox. A little more of a Honda. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I don't understand though? Like, so if you like, a lot of rappers are supposed to have money. Get your own bodyguards, dude. Roll in your own car. Don't roll in other people's cars so they can shoot you in the foot. This should be a lesson. This should be in the 10 crack commandments or something. Yeah. So
I just can't stop laughing. There's no explaining that kind of stuff.
I don't know. It's crazy. It's craziness that the world is going crazy in front of our eyes. To hell in a handbasket. You know, it's really seriously happening. Just total insanity. So, by the way, let me get into this. So on my YouTube channel, YouTube/Hank Strange, there's this video right here, a conversation with Alex Bosco of SB Tactical. You guys need to go check that video out. I'll admit this is a long video. It's about 50 minutes long. And it does come along with an interview that I wrote up. Where's the interview? Let's see. I think it's here on Ammoland. I'll run that in as well for folks out here. Here's here's the conversation that we had. You guys can go check that out. I think it was a really good conversation. I think people will enjoy this. I think especially Walter, I think you would appreciate this conversation, as well as Patrick, who I know is interested in making things. You know, may have some things that he needs to patent at some point. We did have a conversation about that, like how he said he strongly suggests people get their stuff patented. You know, when you're putting things out there, and that was one of the first things he did. Yeah, and obviously he had to fight for some of those patents as well. You know, so I know some people like that, some people don't like that.
Let me just say something. Let me give a little information for those who don't know. Mm-hmm. Like $8,000 to $10,000 for your basic patent. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then once again, is it patent? Just doing it because you're eating? You might be wasting your money. Anyways, you got money to fight it when somebody uses your something and you're not happy about that. I take money. Lawyers aren't.
Yeah, but you're not trying to tell someone don't patent something if they have it.
If you've got something really, 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 really cool, yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But and if you got something really, 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 really cool, don't try to do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Get a good patent attorney. Somebody firearms. If it's firearms related, get a firearms person. I can recommend somebody that's pretty good, but once again, $8,000 to $10,000. So
yeah, absolutely. But you might have the next thing out there. You never know.
Yeah.
And for him, so like when the SB Tactical brace came out, who remembers this first of all? Before I say anything, who remembers when it came out?
It was a SIG brace.
The SIG brace, yes. Who remembers that? Came out in like 2013. 2012, I think. 2012 or something like that. 2013.
Well, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So I think Walter was Do you remember when this came out, Patrick? You remember what you thought about the SIG brace?
They were stupid.
Exactly.
Well, they were on AKs too. That was one of the first places they put them too, and they were just fugly and ugly and.
Well, that's the problem. Is the original SIG braces are ugly. Oh God, are they ugly things?
But when it came out, everyone was like, "This is totally useless. Why not get an SBR?" Remember that conversation? Everyone's like, "This is not even. Who's gonna buy this? Why? What's the point?" Right? Now, this is very popular. Go ahead, Walt.
I thought they were going to flip on them, to be honest with you.
You thought they were going to what?
Flip. ATF was going to flip
Oh,
on them.
that they wouldn't allow it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so I remember, and I'm sure lots of folks out there remember, you probably were the person saying, like, Patrick, these are ridiculous, you don't need them, get an SBR or whatever. Today, everyone's getting those things.
Don't forget the original price on those was more than the SBR paperwork. The original price on a SIG brace was like $250 or something stupid like that, or $300. They were stupidly expensive.
Yeah,
well,
go ahead.
Typically, braces still are more than a regular stock because guess what? If you want to play that game and you don't want an SBR and do the paperwork and the wait, you pay the money.
I don't think so. For a lot of people that don't want to get an SBR, I don't think it's so much the money as it is having to get that paperwork. And then there's all these myths where people feel like the government can just show up on them whenever they want to, and you know.
That's a question I like. I know that is true. They can if they want, but do they? They don't. Mm-hmm. They just don't. I mean,
and if they're gonna show up on you, they're gonna make an appointment with you.
If they're gonna show up on you, you're usually doing something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you're usually on their radar if they just show up because if you're if you're doing something, they're not gonna make an appointment with you. They're just gonna show up. Yeah. So.
Yeah, no knock raid coming right at you.
Well, they don't even have to. No, they don't do that. They knock on your door and you answer it, and you don't know who it is.
Yeah.
And,
so here's
they don't show up in a uniform, by the way, either. There's no uniforms when they show up.
No, they're just dudes. So James Miller says the Shockwave was a big deal after the SIG brace came out. Now there's like 700,000 plus. It's probably more than that. I'm sure there's like 1 million of these things. Or more, maybe 2 million of them out there. And then recently we had like there's at least 700,000. That's what was going on when, remember when this congressman came out and said the ATF now is planning on banning them again? This is the reason why I had the conversation with Alex Bosco of SB Tactical, which he says he does not believe that's going to happen, you know. But hey, anything could happen, and you know, if you go look at the article, read that, or check out the video, you'll see the conversation that we had with this. I think ultimately he thinks we have to stay vigilant. Ultimately, he also believes that there's people at the ATF that are trying to use the ATF to accomplish missions, or should I say, you know, to accomplish things, which is not, you know, outside of the scope of what they're supposed to be doing.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think they've been doing that.
You really believe that, do you? Yeah. I can't believe that. I just can't believe they do that. Yeah.
Of course they do. Of course they do.
They've always done that, you fools. That's what they... You think that's new? That's not new. ATF has always been infiltrated by the other side, working against your stuff that you should be able to have without any paperwork or no hassle.
Using whatever they can.
Right, because they know government agency, they can pretty much do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah. Isn't this what happened in Florida when we elected a Democrat to be head of the agriculture department, therefore over...
Just sealed weapon there?
Yeah, giving out CCWs and things like that, you know?
And then she brings in all the families from that shooting in South Florida to be on her commission. Mm-hmm. Yeah, who are all paid by people with lots of money. Old white guys, let's say. We'll use the old white guy thing again. But, yeah, that's what you get.
Yeah, but ultimately people need to... I think, so if you look at what happened with the bump stock, right? No one really fought for that thing. And I think you've said that before, Walt. There's just not a lot of companies involved in making of the bump stocks. Maybe 2, maybe 3. Right, that I could think of at the most. And I don't know, how many companies now, versus when they first came out with the SIG brace, how many companies now you think are making some kind of pistol stabilizing brace?
Well, 1 here. 2.
Yeah, Gearhead Works is making
4.
1. You're making
1.
We
4 or 5.
Or 6. There's some. Yeah, and there's a few.
And then how many companies that you're right, it's more than they would do in the bump stock, but not a ton. How many companies have some kind of pistol stabilizing brace on their guns that they're selling?
Almost all the majors have something now.
Mm-hmm.
Even the semi-majors, like, well, they had to do it to sell stuff. Krebs and all these custom AK makers, they all, when things were really slow, they finally succumbed to the brace.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's selling some version of that. It's on AKs, it's on ARs, it's on CZs, it's on this thing,
it's on bolt action guns. It's on everything.
Yeah, people put them on shotguns. They're on all kinds of stuff out there. They're on Glocks. You could put them on your Glocks and make a carbine out of it.
Sure.
So yeah, very, very, very popular. So anyway, that's what we had that discussion about. You guys could check that out. Let me know what you think about it. What are you looking up, Babyface?
Reading about NFA laws. What's up?
Oh, all of a sudden you went down the rabbit hole of NFA laws?
Yeah, somebody putting a angled foregrip on their pistol.
Oh.
It's not vertical. It's not vertical. It's slightly tilted backwards.
Yeah. I mean, what else?
Yeah.
What else?
Okay, you want to get to some more gun stuff? Let's keep it all gun sensual. Well, today on a Monday.
I brought it up in the chat on Friday for a brief moment. I was only in the chat for a few seconds on Friday, but I saw an ad in the back of American Rifleman. I do get that magazine.
Right.
Hornadale is selling subsonic 30-30, subsonic 45-70, subsonic 300 blackout, and they said subsonic others. So I found it interesting.
So Hornady's making a lot of subsonic stuff now.
Yeah,
30-30 subsonic is what would that compare to? I guess, I mean, they're all...
Is that like subsonic 308?
A 45-70 subsonic is just a 45 ACP?
Yeah.
Well, how heavy is a 45-70?
Oh, the bullet?
Yeah, how heavy is it?
You can go up to 400, I think almost 500 grain bullet on 45-70.
Okay, so yeah, that is a big difference then. Big difference.
Yeah, that's a hell of a round.
Was that cheap ammo or expensive ammo from?
Oh, I didn't. There was no pricing. I'm sure it's not cheap.
Why are you looking like that, Patrick? It could possibly
cheap
be.
My ass.
It could possibly be Hornady range ammo.
You pick one, cheap or Hornady. They don't go together.
Yeah.
It could be some. But you know what we had the other day and we didn't try out. I got a couple of boxes of the steel case. 300 black from Barnauls.
Oh yeah. I meant to bring my the Rattler up there and try it in that.
Yeah, we got to try that out. Yeah, we totally forgot about that.
Yeah,
you got to make that happen. Here's another video. I'm surprised Patrick didn't bring this one up. He might not have seen it. Did you guys see the Mexican standoff? So this is from The Truth About Guns. It says here's what The Truth About Guns says. We'll just leave this right here. Mexican standoff edition. BLM protester and motorist in Eugene, Oregon face off with guns drawn yesterday. Did anyone see this?
I saw it.
Yeah, they're just like pointing the guns at each other. Why is this guy even on his door? One guy is outside. I'm guessing that's the BLM.
Do you know what this proves? What's that old rule about everybody having nukes? Mutual destruction?
Yep. Mad. Yeah. Mutual or assured destruction.
Yes, that's exactly what's going on here.
Yeah, they're just like one guy's in his car just sitting there pointing the gun outside his car. The other guy's hanging off of his own car, of the other guy's car door, pointing a gun at him, and just pointing guns at each other. Like, no, you put yours down. No, you put yours down. You put it down. No, you. That's interesting. Right? No?
Yeah, yes.
What is happening to the world? What is happening to the world? Any input on that situation there?
Weird, crazy.
Yeah. Insanity. Cats sleeping with dogs.
Cat scratch fever?
Basically, cats sleeping with dogs. It's crazy. Crazy town here. Let me see what other
Black Short Shinobi was asking about the black militia shooting themselves in the foot. or shooting whoever. Yeah, we talked about that kind of already.
Yeah,
rewind to like the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah, he said he wants to know what he missed. We did talk about that.
A lot.
Is there like actual video of what happened, Black Sword Shinobi?
There's one. So the video that I saw, there's one security camera footage, but it is so hard to tell who pulled the trigger, who did what, because they're all just kind of grouped up and
boom.
Yeah, and then everybody just.
Yeah, it was really. I only saw the helicopter footage, and then there was some other footage of someone walking around, doing like a Facebook Live or whatever. So, I'm sure we'll be getting more info out on that one. So, let's see. Any cool non-gun related things that you guys got up to this weekend or saw? Cool cars or something like that.
I rode my 2-cycle mini bike yesterday a little bit around the shop.
Okay, very nice. How was it?
No muffler and no foot pegs.
Okay.
Oh, gosh, you just kind of like.
I was like kind of hang.
Is there video?
No, because I couldn't do everything at one time.
Mm-hmm.
But the sound from that 2-cycle engine running with no muffler is deafening. I mean, I got deaf ears anyways, and my ears hurt after that. It was like buzzing so loud. So it's gonna be fun. I gotta get the muffler on it. I'll get the foot pegs on, and a few more other things, and it's.
Have you made a reverse trike mini bike yet?
Nope.
Okay, I think we got to work on that, Walt.
We.
King Osabi.
We.
What's this we shit, King Osabi?
We need to make that happen. That needs to happen.
I might do one just to shut you up, but you might not like what you get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is Kanye West supposed to be getting divorced from Kim Kardashian?
Who knows? Why are we talking about celebrity?
I don't know.
Gossip?
I'm just looking at the news. I'm looking to see what.
Why are we talking about celebrity gossip? This is not. We are now part of the Hank Strange.
That's right.
Who moved my celebrity gossip podcast?
God.
Well, this might affect. I mean, I want Kim Kardashian to be the first lady. I'm gonna vote for. I'm gonna vote for Kanye for just only that reason. What is this? Okay.
Whatever. What else?
Yeah. I'm trying to see if there was some car stuff out there.
Let's see.
Some hot new car stuff. Did you? Oh, we didn't. I don't know if I got a chance to talk to Patrick about this. Ford Bronco, Patrick.
Oh, we're buying one. I already said that.
Did you put money down?
No, we're not going to buy the first one. We're going to wait till Marley's car's paid off. Then we'll probably end up trading up. So maybe 2022, 2023.
Okay.
But I showed her, like, we already looked at the videos, and she's like, yeah, that's what I want.
It looks good. It looks better than the new Range Rover Defender that's out there, I think. It looks better than that. It looks better than the Defender. What's the other one in that category?
A little disappointed they didn't go with a V8, but Ford has a pretty good track record with their turbos lately. I know I'm happy with mine. But...
Yeah. Well, I think there's a company that's going to have a V8 version. It's just going to cost like $30,000 more. Did you see that?
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. All Thumb says Kim could be the first booty. There you go.
I don't see it. I'm sorry, Hank. I don't see it. Nothing about that her booty. It's just too much. It's way too much.
It's too much for you.
It's too much.
You've got limits, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
There's
and
a
that
limit
is outside my limit.
to what you believe in your own mind you can handle.
It's just too much. It's not. It doesn't do it for me. It does not do it for me. I like a well-rounded booty as much as the next guy, but that is beyond well-rounded. That is grotesque. I'm gonna throw it out there.
Listen. There's all types.
Different strokes for different folks, right?
You know we're talking about the chick that shot herself, or somebody shot her in the feet with a pellet rifle, a pistol. You see how big her boobs were? Just imagine how big that back porch.
Was that too big for you, Walt?
No, it ain't that. It's the back porch has got to be 3 times that size, man.
You gotta weigh it. You gotta balance, right?
Yeah, and the complaint is what the
fall backwards.
That was a thick girl. That was not brick shit house. That was just plain old thick.
With 2 C's.
Yeah. I'm trying to find. There's this article. I'm looking up. There's a Florida Man article I want to talk about here, but I can't find any pictures of it. But I'll just hit you guys with the hold on, let's see.
You got $5, by the way.
Yeah, let's do this first. SoCal gave us $5. He says Rich Rebuild had his video taken down yesterday. Papa Musk isn't too happy with him. Is that the video where he was talking about how so Rich Rebuilds is the guy who got like the remember we went to that place that had his rebuild of the i8 when we were at SEMA show.
Yeah.
It
And
says as of 13 hours ago, it's back up. YouTube ruled the video was unfairly flagged again, and it's back. If you're in the Northeast area, shoot me a line for Tesla drive units back. Oh, he's got Tesla parts out of broken Teslas. That's why.
Oh, so he does salvage stuff. He repairs salvage cars.
Yeah.
So Tesla pressured somebody to take it.
Well,
down.
okay, here was the thing. I don't know
happened.
if this was the video, but I saw a video where Rich was talking, like he's a fan of Tesla, right? He's gotten these Teslas and rebuilt them, but he gets at Tesla for all the stuff that they're doing. Like if you rebuild a Tesla, they lock you out of supercharging and all these kinds of things, and he talks about that.
I thought it doesn't make sense because I thought when I say we, the people, had already fought Ford and Chevy and all the other ones back in the day about third-party parts and
I don't
being
think we
allowed
won
to
that
use
battle, but
I thought that was already said and done. That you can have a third party do your work for you. You don't have to go to a first party.
I don't know if that's the thing with Tesla, but here's the thing. So he complains about Tesla, but Tesla also had this program, right, where they gave you a code, and if people used your code every time they bought a Tesla, you get points, and those points could go towards buying stuff at Tesla. Like there's people who there's guys with big YouTube channels who have actually gotten free Teslas off of their fans using these codes. So Rich Rebuild got one of those codes, and he was sharing it and he was building up points. But because he kept talking about Musk and Tesla, guess what they did? They canceled him out of the program.
Just like I said.
Yeah.
Somebody should look into the
legal ramifications.
Somebody should look into your agreement that you signed. Did you guys?
Yeah.
It's 9:02. Real quick before we go, did you see the lawsuit going on with Patreon? The Patreon lawsuit that's moving forward.
I heard about it. What's the?
Sargon of Akkad, YouTuber, Carl Benjamin is his real name.
British guy.
But British guy. Sargon of Akkad got his Patreon disbanded because they don't like his political views, basically. Within there were some weird stipulations in there about how Patreon initially said that we are not necessarily party to what happens on your platform here. This is a direct connection between you and your members of your Patreon group. We just take a percentage to help do the transaction. So then they decided to go out of their way and cancel all the people's funding, cancel his account. Somehow it turns out that when they opened the lawsuit, they had the latest thing basically was when they opened a lawsuit, a class action lawsuit against Patreon, the Patreon members of his specific Patreon. The Patreon had there was like a course that you would go through before starting litigation with them, which was I can't remember the name, where you have a person at the top and two parties.
Arbitration.
Arbitration. You go through arbitration. Thank you. Well, right after they put in their lawsuit, their class action, Patreon updated their terms of service saying, "Oh, arbitration is no longer a thing and you can't sue us," and then went back to the court and said, "Oh, look, it's in our terms of service. It says there's no arbitration and they can't sue us." And the class action people were like, "You just updated that like 2 weeks ago. We didn't sign that agreement. Yeah. We signed the one 2 years ago."
That's a Democrat way.
Oh man, so
there's something legalese about that post factum ipsilon.
Yeah, so they stepped into some funny poop there by trying to change their terms of service and then say, "Oh, it's changed." When we signed the old terms of service, we didn't agree to this new one. Yeah,
that was a low blow to take Rich's points. That was a low blow to kick Sargon of Akkad out of there. I know that. I saw that. Let me get this real quick, and then we're out. I just want to share this with the people. Florida man arrested after he used COVID-19 relief funds to buy Lamborghini, officials say. Boom! The best use of COVID funds. A Florida man was arrested and charged after authorities say he bought a sports car with Paycheck Protection Program (PPP) loans. Officials say David Hines, 29, was charged with 1 count of bank fraud, 1 count of making false statements to a financial institution, and 1 count of engaging in transactions and unlawful proceeds. The complaint alleges that Hines asked for around $13.5 million in PPP loans, and let's see, he received $3.9 million.
What?
Yes.
Who didn't look into this?
What is actually happening? So he got $3.9 million. He used funds to, in part, to buy a $318,000 Lamborghini Huracan sports car, and then they seized the car and the money from him, and he's in big trouble now. So boom, best Florida man, right there. Respect to him.
And just think,
he's going to prison now, though. But
there's thousands of other people that have played this game.
Yeah,
has been caught.
Thousands of dead people, thousands of
politicians.
Thousands. Not just. I'm not talking about just politicians. I'm just talking about regular old peoples.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, because the poor people got no money because of COVID-19.
Yeah.
You know? COVID-19.
You're just too good. Too good at doing that. But they'll probably let him out of prison because COVID-19.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's not going to stay in prison that long.
So real quick, DCG44 also we're just reminding me the other stipulation. I'm going back real quick before we go.
No problem.
The other funny thing about what Patreon has is in their legal disclaimer with arbitration, if arbitration can't be reached and they have to go to a class action lawsuit, basically Patreon would then have to pay for all of the filing fees for each person that's part of the class action lawsuit. And that's part of their terms of service. And they got mad because there were 90 or 100 people who went for this class action lawsuit, and it's about $1,000 a person to pay the court fees to put this class action through. So Patreon's out like $100,000 because so anyway, thank you DCG44 for reminding me of that.
Yeah.
They really oh man, they are in some deep poop.
Yeah. Let's do this real quick here. We obviously ran over time. Let's get everyone to tell us how you guys could best support them out there. First of all, let's start with you all smashing the thumbs ups. Babyface P, how can the people support you?
YouTube.com/BabyfaceP. Videos every Monday. Today we put up the Tantal video, and it's doing very well. We're on track to hit 10,000 subs in like the next 2 months, so stick with me. We're going to be giving some stuff away once I hit 10K.
Once you get to 100K, I want
a Rolex.
I want a Lamborghini Huracan.
Yeah, I can't afford that. Once I get to 1 million.
Just take out a PPP loan. You're good.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, that's coming around again. It's coming around again. Get ready. Here comes the free money.
Absolutely. Walter, how can the people out there support you?
Facebook, YouTube, Instagram on Safety Hour Firearms. You got Dirtfoot Racing on all those same formats. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. That's pretty much the main ones. So, yeah. Or you go to safetyhourfirearms.com.
Absolutely. And go buy some KES stocks or...
Buy some braces.
Yeah.
Buy a brace there. You know what I'm saying there?
Baby needs new mini bikes.
I got to feed the children somehow. Now, come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got to give a mask, a COVID-19 mask. Yeah.
Okay, shout out to John Crump out there. All right, listen, you guys can support us by going to hankstrange.com and joining our email list. Big thanks to Walther Arms for supporting us. I am going to drop the end. Everyone stay right there. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you ring the bell so you can be notified every time we go live. Of course, we're going to rip out the audio from this and throw it up on iTunes. So guess what? You can find that on iTunes or any place else that you listen to your audio podcasts from. You can listen to it while you're in the car, etc. All that kind of awesomeness. Be entertained by us. Make sure you support Babyface P and Safety Harbor Firearms. Thanks to everyone joining us. We will see you tomorrow. Hawaiian Gunner says, thanks for the good show, guys. Definitely a good one. Who wants the final word?
Magazines for everybody.
Absolutely. Magazines for everyone. Full capacity.
High cap mag for everyone.
We're out. Peace.